We chose SU CASA as the name for the program. It stands for Susquehanna University Central American Service Adventure. There are lots of purposes for the SU CASA trip. We want to expose our students to another culture, life in another culture, how life is lived, how the faith is lived out, the Christian faith is lived out in another culture, specifically Central American and Latin American culture. We want to engage in meaningful service projects that have been identified as genuine needs by the people who live in the communities where we work. Our teams are always composed of local people and SU people working together.
We helped put on a second floor to a house, and it was incredible to work with a translator and trying to figure out what to do and how to lay concrete.
You just really get your hands dirty, you get in the action and you help, and I'm just really all about that. I think that's a great experience, and I've never been outside of the United States, so the traveling opportunity was really key too.
The kind of satisfaction that I've pretty much gotten out of this is each day when we leave, we can see what we've done, and by the end of the day, we know that we've helped someone achieve and establish a better house.
It makes me feel great knowing that the little bit that we do can make such a big difference in these people's lives.
It just makes me proud of our group that we worked so hard together, and also just kind of satisfied to know that we did just a little bit to help somebody out.
SU CASA has from the start been a service learning course so that students not only have this service opportunity, but they also are studying an academic topic, and those have been theology of mission in Central America for the last 2 years, images of Jesus in Central America as we look at how Jesus is depicted in art, iconography, liturgy, hymnody, piety, spirituality, and in hymns that are sung. SU CASA is open to all currently enrolled Susquehanna University students, and they're eligible to earn 2 semester hours of credit. The work that we do while we're in Central America generally falls into one of 3 categories. There's a med team. This is made up mostly of biology students, pre-med, allied health students who gain experience in clinics. These students get hands-on experience working with doctors and nurses in the Central American situation, also with April Borey-Black, the administrative director of health services at Susquehanna University, who heads up the med team.
One of the students will go and we'll get them and we'll take them in and take their name and their medical history, like family history, escribe, and get all the information, what their problem is for why they're coming to us. And then we'll take them over to the doctor and explain to the doctor what is going on, and he'll talk to them and translate back and forth. He speaks English and Spanish, so then he'll explain to us what he's thinking is wrong and how he wants to treat. And then we'll go over to April and get the medication for them, and he'll help us explain how to give the medication. It's a really good experience because it shows all aspects of patient care, from how important it is to get a good history and like details of what is wrong with them, and then what the treatment is.
We have some teams that are strictly construction, and they've been involved in such things as building buildings that serve as worship space, child and daycare centers, community gathering spaces.
Here at the orphanage, we've been doing a lot of painting, and myself, I've been on top of the roof painting. I think yesterday we worked 4 hours straight on top of the roof, and the sun in Nicaragua is pretty hot, but it's been really enjoyable to see the progression of projects get done.
The work aspect, the construction that we did was so hard. It didn't look as hard as it was, but it was, and we got frustrated, but we kept going, and when we were done, it felt so good to be like, we're done, you know, look at what we did, look at how much we helped.
Well, we had to bend like metal pipes into squares to make the brace for the poles. So we had to do that, and the kind of rudimentary little tools we were using. So that was very interesting because it was kind of hard to bend like that thick of metal into like a 90-degree angle. Mine didn't come out that great. I think the guy fixed them afterwards.
Yesterday I did so many different things. I made 2 different gardens around the orphanage, and I sanded doors and I did some varnishing. So I've been kind of getting a whole different array of activities.
It was more than giving someone some money to go buy the materials themselves and do it. We actually got our hands dirty.
I got really close with the foreman at Solofe, and he was great because he knew I didn't really have a lot of experience, but he let me try stuff, and by the end he said that I was an expert at a lot of the stuff, so it paid off to keep trying. And even though I never really experienced a lot of construction work, he gave me the chance to keep trying, and I did it.
The third group that we have is typically education, and so we do Vacation Bible School.
At first, when we were thrown into the situation of interacting with the kids, I was really nervous, and it was kind of frustrating because I wasn't very good at speaking Spanish, but it's amazing how quickly you pick up the language, and the kids are so welcoming. We got to the orphanage, and every single one of them came up and hugged you and kissed you. And they're just so excited that you're here and just want to learn about you and want to be with you and want to touch you, and it's really great.
There was just such a neat sense of community developed within our group, of the group of Susquehanna students, the group of leaders, but also that including the people that we were working with.
I think one of the common denominators is that student participants invariably go, they're motivated to go by a strong desire to serve, and certainly they do that. I could hardly be prouder of the teams that have gone in the spirit that they've taken and the amount of work that they do and the things that they're willing to do. Really hard labor sometimes under the tropical sun.
Having this student from Susquehanna University is a big help for the orphanage, because every month we receive a budget that is not enough for projects. So the Susquehanna University brings money for projects, and the same student help us to start those projects. So it's a really big help for us, and it's a blessing for the children.
I came because I like to help people, and I feel that I have a gift in working with people. I may not be the greatest in math or science, but I'm my best version of myself when I'm with other people. And I want to spend my life with people, helping them as much as I can.
I feel like I have given myself to the people I've been working with. A little bit of my heart will stay with each and every single one of them. I think we have been helping. We've been helping with construction, and the kids just love us. Like, they get so excited, and just knowing that we're really making them happy and we're just having fun with them, and it means a lot, and I think we really are doing a lot for them.
One of my favorite parts of the trip so far has definitely been working with the children.
When interacting with the children in Costa Rica and Nicaragua, you always saw smiles. They just loved having you there, helping them, and also just showing you what they could do.
I think the kids really enjoy us being here, and yesterday I played soccer with a couple of them, and it was really fun. They just were so friendly and so loving, and they looked beyond your color and everything, and I was really touched by especially the one little girl named Karina, and I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to leave the kids. It was amazing.
We got to go to an amusement park, and we were paired with a child from here, and I just tapped the little boy closest to me on the shoulder, and it was Jose, and he turned around and his face just lit up, and he gave me this big hug, and he held my hand. We spent the whole day together, and even though we couldn't really communicate very well because I don't know very much Spanish, we really just connected, and I learned a little bit of Spanish, he learned a little bit of English, and he would always hold my hand, always smile at me, and on the rides he was just so happy. I don't know if I've ever felt so much joy. I felt a little funny because here I was spoiling him, buying him ice cream and cotton candy and taking him on all the rides, and
felt he was the one that was supposed to be getting so much out of the experience. Hola. But I felt like I was getting so much out of it through learning about him, interacting with him, and just, it was so touching, and it just gave me a really good feeling.
They're just so much fun, they're so full of energy, and all they want you to do is just love them and play with them. And the kids just love us. They are so excited when we come, and it's a really nice feeling to know that we had such an impact on them.
It's a great thing to wake up every morning and see the kids smile when we arrive at the orphanages and in the towns, helping the children and letting the children know that people are out there in the world and that care about them.
On Isla Ometepe in Lake Nicaragua, this volcanic island, there is a small orphanage called SICRIN, Centro Infantil Cristiano Nicaragüense, the Central Christian Orphanage of Nicaragua. It's very small, about 35 children is their capacity. And our work with them has just been heartwarming. It's very difficult to describe the experience at SICRIN, and on Ometepe it's like stepping back into the American Wild West. There are oxen wandering around and horses wandering around in the streets. The roads are eroded and dusty, and it's the dry season. But the children are immediately welcoming, loving.
Since we're living here, we get to spend a lot of time with the kids. During the day, we've been doing all kinds of projects to help improve the orphanage. Well, first I primed the inside of a room. We've been doing some priming and painting of the inside of some of the kids' rooms. And some of us are teaching Vacation Bible School to the younger kids too. Living here with the kids is the best part. Since we're here, we're all like family, and the kids treat us like family.
Our first night when we got here in the orphanage, we spent hours just playing with the kids, running with them on our backs, and having a lot of fun playing little games that we picked up as children and teaching them the games, and they just love it. They absolutely love having us here.
I've never felt so loved or accepted in my life as the way that they just received us, and it was just really special.
Slowly, I learned how to communicate with kids through hand gestures and just drawing pictures with the crayons and the pens and paper we had for them. And just by throwing a ball around at them, I found that the language barrier became less and less of a barrier as I learned to just play with kids and just have fun with them and smile and say the few Spanish words that I do know how to say.
SU CASA was a great mix of play and fun and learning and work. And we did have the opportunity to go to lots of really cool places. We went to, one of my favorite was when we went to a waterfall in, I believe the name of the park was La Arena, and the waterfall was called La Fortuna, which is a huge waterfall. I can't remember how tall it is, but it's absolutely amazing and spectacular, just the roar of this thing that it makes just when you get close to it. And we were able to swim around it and play in it and jump off the rocks around it. We also got to do a canopy tour, which I didn't even know what it was, but basically we're going on a zip line through a rainforest, which is amazing. It's so fun. You feel like you feel like a bird. You feel like you're flying through the air.
I think it has changed me to become more accepting to different cultures and different ways of thought, and even if I don't agree with them, I could still respect that viewpoint.
I think that trips like this are important for numerous reasons. The most obvious reason is that it makes you aware of what's going on in other places in the world other than your little bubble that you're used to.
In one sense, I've had my heart broken a lot of times as I see the poverty that these kids are living in. But at the same time, I am so inspired by the joy that they have just in their excitement for daily things. And they're so poor and they don't have nearly as much as American kids do, and they're so happy. And I think that seeing that has just been so inspiring to me and has given me a lot of joy in just seeing how joyful the kids are. I would definitely recommend this trip to students who are thinking about going. It is just an amazing, amazing experience. I've learned an incredible amount just from working with people and also in the sessions that Chaplain has had us go to that are more academic.
It's more than just traveling to another country and doing touristy stuff. You're serving people, and on top of that, you're also getting the learning experience and the academic part of it, and sort of reading a lot about the places that you're going to and what they believe in, and that really enhances your experience of traveling to another country.
I would definitely recommend this type of trip for anybody. It doesn't matter your faith or your religion background. It helps you look at life in a different way. It's so hard to put it in words. You almost have to experience it for yourself.
I would recommend this trip to anyone, probably because there's so much out there and we don't even know it. There's so much to learn, there's so much to give, and it truly is a great experience, a great opportunity, and if you have that chance to go on it, I would say grab it as soon as you can.
You learn so much about yourself, you learn so much about the world, and it just broadens your horizons and in a way that you can't get from just being in Susquehanna University or being in Selinsgrove or even being anywhere in the United States in the way that you can from getting outside what is comfortable for you and going to another country. It's something that everyone needs to do.
It's a highlight of my college experience. It's a highlight of my learning experiences so far, and I'm trying to journal so I can remember every little detail, but I'm going to look back on this and just smile someday. I learned so much and I saw so much, and it just changed my heart a lot.
Being with these children has made me feel, I don't even think I have words to describe what they have given me. They've just opened my mind. They've given me so much love. They've welcomed me. They've taught me so much about myself and about them and their culture. I'm just so thankful that I was on this trip and I was able to come, and I pushed myself to come on this trip because I've always wanted to do something like it. And I always said, oh, I wish I could, and then finally this time I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I did, and it's amazing. Like, I get choked up just thinking about it. I'm already dreading saying goodbye to everyone and this land and the culture and the people that I've met. They really have impacted my life, and I hope I did the same for them.